Alright, let's start by creating a new class and call it Reminder Tasks. Inside, let's create a public constant string called ActionIncrementWaterCount. This is the first intent action that the Reminder Tasks knows how to handle. Then, we'll create a method that increments the water count using the preference utilities that we've created for you, which simply updates an integer value stored in shared preferences. Finally, we're going to create a method called executeTask that increments the water count if the action matches ActionIncrementWaterCount, which is the only action that Reminder Tasks knows about so far. Now let's code the actual intent service. Go to WaterReminderIntentService and create the WaterReminderIntentService class. Make sure you extend from the intent service. Then we'll fill in the default constructor with the name of the service, which in this case we'll just use the name of the class WaterReminderIntentService. The next thing to do in this file is to override the onHandledIntent method, which is the method that the intent service calls on the background thread, very similar to the loadInBackground method that we used for async task loader. We're going to set the action for the service to perform using intent.setAction, so let's get the intent getAction here to retrieve it. Then we'll call ReminderTasks.executeTask with that action as well as the necessary context. We're almost done. Services, like every other Android component, needs to be registered in the Android manifest file. So let's go there and create a new service tag. We'll do that within our applications tag itself. We'll set the Android name pointing to our intent service class, and we've set the exported to false. This works the same way as the exported tag for content providers. It controls whether other applications can access your service. This is important because we only want our app to be able to call our service. Finally, let's test to make sure that all of that works. We'll go to our main activity, and inside the method called incrementWater, let's create a new explicit intent called incrementWaterCount that refers to our service. Then we'll set the action of the intent to ActionIncrementWaterCount from our WaterReminderIntentService class. And now all we have to do to start our service is to call startService with our incrementWaterCount intent. Remember that this incrementWater method is already set up to be called every time the user clicks on the cup icon. So now every time this image is clicked, the background service will increment the count. And because we've already set the activity to listen to the preference changes, the UI will display the updated count immediately. Perfect, let's give it a go. Now when we run our app and start clicking on the cup icon, you can see that the counter is incrementing as expected. Perfect.